World War II, a global conflict that tested the very limits of human endurance and redefined the meaning of sacrifice. The United States Armed Forces, along with their allies, faced unimaginable horrors in their fight for freedom. From the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of the Pacific, they demonstrated extraordinary bravery and resilience. One battle, in particular, stands as a testament to their unwavering spirit: the Battle of Iwo Jima. This seemingly insignificant volcanic island became a symbol of American determination and the brutal realities of war. In this essay, we'll delve into the heart of this monumental battle, uncovering 10 fascinating facts that reveal the true cost of victory and the enduring legacy of those who fought and died on that hallowed ground. We'll explore the strategic significance of Iwo Jima, the unique challenges faced by the American forces, and the personal stories of the men who were forever changed by their experiences. Prepare to be amazed by tales of courage, resilience, and the indomitable spirit that ultimately led to victory. The Battle of Iwo Jima was a brutal clash of wills, a fight for every inch of the island's volcanic soil. The American strategy relied heavily on naval and air bombardment to soften the Japanese defenses. For days, American warships and aircraft pounded the island with a relentless barrage of explosives. The earth shook, the air filled with smoke, and the Japanese positions seemed to disappear beneath a maelstrom of fire. Yet, when the Marines landed on February 19, 1945, they were met with fierce resistance. The Japanese, deeply entrenched in their underground bunkers, had survived the bombardment. The Marines, accustomed to amphibious landings, found themselves bogged down in the soft, black volcanic sand. Their vehicles struggled for traction, slowing their advance and leaving them vulnerable to enemy fire. The Japanese, masters of camouflage and deception, emerged from hidden bunkers and spider holes, unleashing a torrent of bullets and grenades. The fighting was close quarters and incredibly intense. Marines and Japanese soldiers fought hand-to-hand in a desperate struggle for survival. The Japanese defense of Iwo Jima was a testament to their tenacity and ingenuity. General Kuribayashi, a brilliant strategist, had anticipated the American invasion and prepared accordingly. He knew that a traditional defense, relying on banzai charges and frontal assaults, would be suicidal against the overwhelming firepower of the Americans. Instead, he opted for a war of attrition. His goal was not necessarily to repel the invasion, but to inflict as many casualties as possible and delay the American advance. Kuribayashi's masterstroke was the intricate network of tunnels that honeycombed the island. These tunnels, some stretching for miles, connected defensive positions, allowed for the movement of troops and supplies, and provided protection from American bombardment. The Japanese defenders could move unseen beneath the battlefield, emerging to launch surprise attacks before disappearing back into the earth. The tunnels also served as deadly traps. The Japanese booby-trapped them with explosives and concealed machine gun nests within their depths. Section 5. The Price of Victory, American Casualties. The Battle of Iwo Jima, though a decisive American victory, came at a heavy price. Over 26,000 American servicemen were killed or wounded during the 36-day battle, making it the costliest battle in the history of the U.S. Marine Corps. The Japanese suffered even heavier losses, with almost all of the 22,000 defenders killed in action. The ferocity of the fighting and the high casualty rate shocked the American public. For the first time, the true brutality of the Pacific War was brought home. The island, once a vision of idyllic beauty, was transformed into a desolate wasteland. The once lush vegetation was reduced to charred stumps, the air thick with the stench of death and decay. The beaches, once pristine stretches of black sand, were now littered with wreckage and the bodies of fallen soldiers. The battle for Iwo Jima served as a stark reminder of the human cost of war and the sacrifices made by those who fight for our freedom. Section 6. A flag raised, a nation inspired. One image from the Battle of Iwo Jima has come to symbolize the struggle and sacrifice of the American fighting man, the raising of the American flag atop Mount Suribachi. On February 23, 1945, just 4 days into the battle, a group of Marines from the 2nd Battalion, 28th Marines, reached the summit of the island's highest point. Under heavy enemy fire, they raised a small American flag, a beacon of hope amidst the chaos and carnage. Photographer Joe Rosenthal, capturing the scene with his camera, immortalized the moment. Rosenthal's photograph, transmitted back to the United States, became an instant sensation. It was printed in newspapers across the country, galvanizing the American public and inspiring hope on the home front. The image became a symbol of American determination, resilience, and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. Section 7. Beyond the beaches, securing the island. The capture of Mount Suribachi, though a significant victory, did not signal the end of the battle for Iwo Jima. The Japanese, deeply entrenched in their underground fortifications, continued to resist fiercely. The Marines, facing relentless counterattacks and a hidden enemy, fought for every yard of the island. Flamethrowers, their fiery tongues licking at the darkness, became an indispensable weapon in clearing out Japanese bunkers and tunnels. The Marines, inch by bloody inch, pushed the Japanese back towards the northern tip of the island. The fighting was particularly intense around the area known as the Meat Grinder, a heavily fortified Japanese stronghold. Finally, on March 26, 1945, after 36 days of brutal combat, Iwo Jima was declared secure. Organized Japanese resistance had ceased, though isolated pockets of enemy soldiers continued to fight on for weeks. Section 8. Echoes of Iwo Jima, the island today. Today, Iwo Jima stands as a silent testament to the sacrifices made during World War II. The island, now officially known as Iwo To, is uninhabited except for a small contingent of Japanese Self-Defense Forces personnel. The scars of battle are still visible, with remnants of bunkers, tunnels, and wrecked vehicles dotting the landscape. The black sand beaches, once the scene of intense fighting, are now eerily quiet. Memorials to both the American and Japanese fallen have been erected on the island, serving as solemn reminders of the human cost of war. Every year, veterans from both sides gather on Iwo Jima to remember their fallen comrades and to pay tribute to the shared sacrifice of all who fought there. Section 9. A Legacy of Valor Remembering Iwo Jima. The Battle of Iwo Jima, though often overshadowed by other major battles of World War II, holds a special place in American military history. It was a battle that tested the limits of human endurance, a battle where ordinary men performed extraordinary acts of valor. The Marines who fought on Iwo Jima faced unimaginable horrors, yet they persevered, driven by a sense of duty, camaraderie, and an unwavering belief in the cause for which they fought. The battle produced a generation of heroes, men like Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone, who received the Medal of Honor posthumously for his actions on Iwo Jima, and Ira Hayes, one of the flag raisers on Mount Suribachi, who later struggled with the emotional scars of war. Their stories, and the stories of countless others who fought on that volcanic island, serve as a reminder of the human cost of war and the sacrifices made by those who defend our freedom. Section 10. The Lessons of Iwo Jima, a Timeless Reminder. The Battle of Iwo Jima, though fought over 70 years ago, offers timeless lessons about the nature of war, the importance of leadership, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The battle reminds us that victory is rarely without sacrifice, that freedom is not free. It underscores the importance of adaptability and innovation in the face of adversity, as demonstrated by the Japanese defenders' use of tunnels and the American Marines' reliance on flamethrowers. Most importantly, Iwo Jima reminds us of the importance of remembering the sacrifices of those who fought and died, remembering the horrors of war, and remembering the lessons learned. For it is through remembrance that we honor the past and ensure that future generations never forget the price of freedom. Section 11. Sources: Alexander Joseph H. Storm Landings, Epic Amphibious Battles in the Central Pacific, Naval Institute Press, 2005. Bradley, James, and Ron Powers. Flags of Our Fathers. Bantam Books, 2000. Leckie, Robert, Helmet for My Pillow. Random House, 1957. Wright, Derek, The Battle of Iwo Jima, 1945. Osprey Publishing, 2007.